Всем привет! Продолжаем проходить Follett, Стоп из земли. Око бури, третья книга вышла. И продолжаем проходить. Посмотрим, чем история закончится. Последующая.
The white ship.
Белый корабль.
She was one of the fastest vessels that was ever built. The man who should be king of the English now, the son of King Henry, was on board when she sailed off. And with the prince there were 140 knights and many nobles, all on their way from Normandy to England. They say the ship hit the rocks, and then a fire broke out. Even before the white ship had departed, the prince and his men had begun to drink and get violent. Monks that were meant to bless the voyage were then forced to disembark. Some say the ship had been cursed. The king's son and many of his family were pulled down into the Black Sea that night.
1042 год.
You're forgetting one important detail. Not only these monks, but also Stephen of Blois, the king's nephew, left the ship before it embarked. They say he got ill.
That old
The same Stephen who calls himself the king of the English now.
What? That cannot be a coincidence.
Yes, it can be. Of course he's king now. He survived. He is the king's nephew.
What do you think, my lord?
I think Stephen is a clever man. Clever enough to have his whole family perish. But why he would want to rule that god-forsaken rock, I will never understand.
What makes you say that? I love my country.
Then why are you leaving?
Well, because I want to see something new.
I'll tell you what you're going to see. A proper country, where people know how to behave.
What about you?
Ну а вы? Вы-то почему уплываете?
I'm looking for someone.
For who?
Кого и...
I guess I should stay out of other people's business. Forgive me.
You English do talk a lot, don't you?
I just don't know how to feel about leaving my country for the first time. I mean, how should anyone feel?
Можно чувствовать надежду.
Hopeful?
Надежду.
I don't know.
Трудно сказать.
Maybe I'm just running away.
Я просто бегу.
You should all get some rest. It will not be long now till we reach Cherbourg.
Совсем недолго.
Thank the Lord. I can't wait to be back.
Мне так не терпится вернуться. Entertainment и Pistol Woman представляет такой вот короткий пролог третьей книги. KMB продюсер, директор, лектор, менеджер, Game Story, делал Тисон, Entertainment Win, Follett, Entertainment, Animator Friends, начнется книга третья, последняя. Cancellations. Третья книга Око бури. Книга третья Око бури. Как я уже говорил. Глава 15. Путешествие. Шеру
In the late summer of 1142, I had left my home country, England, for good. My old life lay in shambles, as did my former home of Kingsbridge. Having failed both my friends and family, I had set out to find my baby's father, the man I still loved with all my heart, Jack Jackson. And so early one morning in July, I finally arrived on the shores of Normandy, with nothing on me but a pouch of coin and a young, curious face yet unnamed, who was just as unfamiliar to this new world as was I.
Мир, сколь и я. Белый корабль. Изучить. Один из самых быстрых кораблей того времени. Интересно. Стефан Булский. Ну что ж. Давайте поговорим с каменчиком.
You're still here.
Здесь. Это
it's
вы.
You. I'm just trying to get my feet used to good solid ground again. The last bit of our voyage wasn't exactly my pint of ale.
Я был, это точно. Я ищу одного человека.
I'm looking for someone, a red-haired mason called Jack Jackson. He came to France about a year ago or so.
A fellow mason? Great. Unfortunately, I wouldn't know a thing. After all, I just arrived here with you.
I know, but should you meet someone like that on your journey, tell him Aliena of Shiring is looking for him.
All right. Jack Jackson. I'll keep an eye out for you.
Thank you.
Спасибо. Ты каменщик, да?
That hammer you're carrying, do you happen to be a mason?
Actually, I am. You have a keen eye, mistress.
I guess I just know a mason when I see one.
To be honest, I haven't been one long. Just finished my apprenticeship in Salisbury. Before that, I used to shear sheep with my parents. But I guess that wasn't really for me. Father still hates me for leaving, though.
Отец, спаси вору, у меня обижен. Бросил. Я тоже оставил прежнюю свою.
What will you do to find work here as a mason?
Don't know. That's for me to find out. All I heard was that the wages are better over here.
So you'll just travel from town to town and look for employment?
Right. And I'll start in Lassay. A fellow mason told me about the abbey there. He said these Normans build their churches quite differently than we do back home. I need to see that with my own eyes. Maybe learn a thing or two.
Самолично глядишь, выучишь чему-то новому. Что ж, окей.
Do many masons go to
Lassay?
I don't know. It's really just a tiny town. The mason who told me just happened to do some repairs there once. It's likely he told others as well.
I left my old life as well.
Scary, isn't it? To start fresh and all that.
Well, you definitely sound more excited than scared.
Oh, I am excited. Wouldn't anyone be?
I don't know. Maybe. Have a safe journey.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Спасибо и вам. Любовные леги вместо Библии. Ну ладно, идем дальше. Прилавок, идем дальше. Может продать кому-то? Возница.
Hey, you. That's quite a bundle you got there. Where are you headed?
Куда поддержишь? Не видела рыжеволосого каменчика?
Have you seen a red-haired mason? He must have landed here sometime late last summer.
Another ginger in Normandy? I wouldn't have noticed, even if he was carrying a hammer instead of a fishing rod. Maybe you should ask someone in Barfleur. That's where all the travellers come through, the pilgrims and kings. Their lot rarely lands in Cherbourg, with the fortress passing back and forth between Stephen of Blois and Geoffrey of Anjou. Why you even came to Cherbourg in the first place baffles me.
It was the earliest ship I could get.
You must be in some hurry, madam.
Let's just say I needed to get away before I changed my mind.
Fine with me. Who am I to judge?
Это уж точно. Это уж точно.
Do you know the road to Lessay?
Been there,
Да,
I've
бывало
seen it.
там.
But I hope you're not planning to go there on foot. Tell you what, you give me some coins and I'll treat you to me wagon. You can even change your destination once we're on the road, would you say?
Прям пути. Что скажешь? Какие еще есть пути?
What other routes are there besides going through Barfleur?
Oh, I don't know, really.
Я даже не знаю.
You need to ask the locals about that.
Местных.
But Barfleur sounds like a good place to start. Shake my hand and I'll take you there.
Так.
Travelling by coach is a lot less strenuous than walking. Your little worm deserves some warmth and a rocking carriage.
Понятно. Что тут еще есть? Так. Ладно.
Changed your mind, madam? You know I reserved a cosy spot just for you.
Да, я готов покинуть Шербур.
All right. Take me out of town.
Меня, пожалуйста.
All right. Where do you need to be?
Куда тебе направиться? На Рабанде. Давайте сначала в лес посмотрим.
Lessay was tiny, but as it turned out, worth the trip. In the small abbey church of the Trinity, I met a monk who claimed to have talked to a man fitting Jack's description. He'd been fascinated by the abbey's rib vaulting and had asked the monks countless questions about the place's construction. The monk apologized that he couldn't tell me where Jack had traveled next, but I didn't mind.
Много сожалел, что не может сказать мне, куда Джек отправился дальше, но я не горевала.
I lay down to sleep on the floor of the Abbey guest house and, for the first time in almost a year, I felt relief. As I drifted into sleep, I hugged our baby tight and whispered into his tiny pink ear, "We're going to find your daddy."
Едем дальше. Дальше.
My father had once told me tales of the Mont Saint-Michel. Long ago, the Archangel Michael had urged Hubert of Avranches to build an abbey on a lonely rock on the ocean by burning a hole into his head. They say one can go and see his penetrated skull on display in the church of his hometown.
Так, а что я тут запомнил? Прохожую дыру у него в голове. Говорят, что череп с дырой все еще хранится в церкви города.
It was a windy day when I arrived, and the place was crowded with pilgrims and jongleurs. I remembered Jack's fascination with these tellers of stories. I spoke to one who was just taking a break. As it happened, he had indeed met Jack, although not in Mont Saint-Michel, but on a road heading east from there. Apparently, Jack had been hopelessly tracking jongleur who might have known his father, Jack Sherburne. But as he'd been gradually running out of money, he'd intended to look for work in Le Mans or Tours. That was about 6 months ago. I was catching up.
Идемте дальше. Леман. Или
Going to Le Mans reminded me of all the trouble I'd left behind in England. 30 years ago, Le Mans had been conquered by the Plantagenet Geoffrey of Anjou, Maud's husband. And although they'd held it ever since, other noble families kept on pulling at the city, like Maud and Stephen tearing at England.
Семьи пытались убить свои права на него. Подобному, как Мод и Стефан делили трон Англии.
There was no sign of Jack, but I got news of a new kind of cathedral being built in Saint-Denis, just north of Paris. It was possible that Jack had gone there to learn from the craftsmen. That was, if he hadn't travelled further south, looking for work in one of the many churches in Tours, the hometown of Saint-Martin.
Поисках работы в одной из многочисленных церквей Тура. Святого Мартина. Ну что ж. Тур. посмотрим, что здесь. Ну, все, приехали. Спустя 2 месяца пути. 2 месяца. Тур, Центральная Франция. Так. Это мы. Джемерсон. Так. Важные горожане. Давайте пойдем.
Good day. Are you the master builder?
What is it?
I'm looking for a mason who may have passed through here. An Englishman with carroty hair. He calls himself Jack Jackson.
Он называет себя Джек Джексоном.
Red.
Yes.
Да, вы его
Did you see
видели?
him?
Он
He
мог
might have asked for
спрашивать
work here.
с работы.
No, I'm not looking for new masons. We're just doing repairs.
Все ремонты.
Ah, but was he here?
No, never
Нет, я
seen.
никого...
Now, stand back, woman. Something could fall on your baby's head.
Пойдет по голову вашим детям.
Are there other construction sites around Tours?
Других построек.
Well, yes, it's a big
Здесь,
town.
разумеется,
And
город
where would an
большой.
outsider most likely find a job?
Чужеземец.
Dunno.
Понять не
Ask
имею.
around.
Кого другого спросить. Можете мне... Можете поговорить с вами вашими
May I
рабочими?
talk to your workers?
No, they're busy.
Нет, они заняты.
And I can assure you they have
Они
nothing to
тоже вам
say on
ничего
that
не
matter.
подскажут.
Perhaps I'll talk to them once they're
Может,
finished for the
если-
day.
It would be a waste
Только
of time.
просто потратить.
You hesitated
А
when
вы
I
думали,
mentioned a
что я-
redhead. Are you sure you haven't
Уверен,
seen
что
him?
не встречали его?
Yes, I
Совершенно
am
уверен.
all right,
Ладно, был
all right.
здесь
He
ваш
was
дружок.
here. Was working for me.
Даже работал на меня.
And I
Это только
had to throw him out after 2 or
всего
3
лишь
days.
шагнуть.
Why?
Почему?
Because he was all
Потому что он
want.
только и говорил, хочу, хочу,
Let me
хочу.
redesign the roof. Let me make the nave lighter.
Делать крышу. Дайте сделать.
All
Чёрный
pretty
Отличные
ideas,
идеи,
but he
но
never
он
shut up
куда
long enough to
больше
do the work he
болтал,
was
чем
supposed to
делал.
do.
Так что толку от него
Shit,
не
that man was
было.
almost as needy as my son when he
Что
was
там,
still a
этот парень
brat.
He does know a
Нет,
lot
он
about his craft.
знает.
Well, I know
Видел
masons
я один
like him. They grow up gifted, but without a mote of discipline in their
на
guts.
гроша.
Can't work with someone like that.
Я с такими работать не
Do you
могу.
know where he went next?
No idea.
Даже не представляю.
Maybe to Limoges
В
or
Лимон,
Angoulême,
или в Анграм.
maybe even to La
Да хоть
Rochelle.
в Ан-Роше.
Seemed to have plans for every
Его-
cathedral on God's green earth, but none for
Всех
himself.
соборов-то наших.
I understand.
Я понимаю.
I'll leave you
Что
to
ж,
it
тогда
then.
я оставляю
Bon
вас.
voyage.
Bon voyage. Попрощались с нами, короче, по-французски. Ищем дальше. Здесь нету. Никуда пойдем, Ля Руш. Мы идем по центру.
We had just left Tours when I
Мы
suddenly
только
felt
вышли
dizzy.
из тура,
I
как
stopped and made
сильно
rest,
закружилась
trying to
голова.
catch
Я
my breath,
остановилась
then lost my
передохнуть
breakfast in a
теперь.
ditch at the side of the
А
road.
затем неожиданно извергла из себя весь завтрак. Блеванула.
To my horror, our baby too
К
had
моему
grown
ужасу
pale,
малыш тоже
his breath
казался
shallow
бледным,
like that of an
тяжело
old
дышал,
man.
как
I
маленький
tried not to
старичок.
panic,
Я старался не
but the next
паниковать,
inn
но
was a long distance away and we couldn't stay on the road where it was wet and cold.
слишком мокро, холодно. Мокро и холодно. Так, идем дальше.
I managed to walk until the
Я
sun
упорно
had fully risen before I
поднял
keeled over.
солнце, а
A
затем
knife merchant who'd been travelling behind me flagged down a coach heading back to Tours and haggled with the coachman to carry me back to an inn.
повозку и сторговался с возничим, которые согласились отвезти меня обратно в тур и оставить в трактире.
Back in Tours, the fever got worse. I
Усилилось.
remember people
Смутно
carrying me
ощущала,
into a
как люди
room,
несли меня
laying me
в
on a
комнату,
bed. I
Я
tried to
пыталась
feed my
покормить
baby, but
младенца, но
after
глазах
that
темнело,
everything
и всё
turned into a blur.
в темноту.
When I awoke, Jack
Когда
was
я пришла
standing
в себя,
next to my
возле
bed.
меня стоял Джек.
He scolded me for following him. You know you could go anywhere you want, he whispered. Why be stupid and follow me?
Ты же могла куда угодно, шепнул он. Так зачем ты сделал со мной?
I tried to answer, but he just opened the window and jumped out, heading toward ancient Greece, or maybe all the way to Arabia. And in my feverish mind, I followed him.
Понятно, рехала ради ты. Аравия.
The further I went, the angrier I got. For years I'd been fighting for my family. I'd committed myself to an oath to my father. I'd built up a business to sustain it and even married a man I despised so I could create a future for the people around me. I'd known nothing but my duty to the men in my life, while the man I was trying to find lived a life of casual irresponsibility. He traveled the world on a whim to learn about mathematics and philosophy, while I had to raise the child he'd fathered. When could I ever do anything just for myself? I asked the world as I went on.
Cambridge.
I travelled in a circle all the way to the edge of the world and back, only to return to the place of our failure. With my eyes closed, I listened to the sound of ripping yarn and crumbling walls, and of coaches carrying good people away into a cloud of crimson dust.
When
the last moat had settled, I opened my eyes again and found myself in a dirty little room. An old maid was sitting next to my bed and smiled at me, then handed me my baby. Oh dear God, he still looked so pale. I tried to feed him, but he refused. Oh, please, God, let him live. Don't punish him for my own sins. I gently caressed his head until finally he put his mouth to my breast and drank more and more, becoming greedier with every swallow. We had both been spared. We rested one more day, then I gathered my things and headed back to the cathedral to thank the Lord for his mercy.
Так. Взять. Дальше идем. Помолиться, помолиться, помолиться. А сюда можно? Сюда. Так. Нехорошо. Получается, а? Вот памятник-то.
I thank you, dear Lord.
All right, steady now.
I thank you for having spared my child. I thank you for...
Don't let go until it's done.
But why are you showing mercy on me? I failed everyone I cared about. I failed Jack. I failed my brother. And if I never return, I would also break the oath I had given Father. It's just that I feel like I've never had a life of my own. I've always fought for others. And this may be the very first time that I fight for something that I only want for myself. Maybe I should just go back and help rebuild Kingsbridge. Maybe Jack doesn't even care for me anymore. Amen. Huh.
Что? Так.
I've seen one of
Я
those
видел такой
before.
раньше.
It's amazing, isn't
Правда,
it?
невероятно.
The man who did that really had it in him.
Правда, давно. Что ему дано?
Had what in him?
The spirit of a true
Свыше быть
mason.
гениальным
It's a shame that
Зря
the
наш
master let
мастер
him
отпустил
go.
его.
In just 1 month, he did so many things.
Столько всего сделал.
The master builder said
Ваш
he'd
мастер
fired
говорит,
him
что
after
уволил
just
его
3 days.
за 3 дня. Вот как так.
Did he?
Ну,
Well, maybe that's how he
как
remembers it.
казалось.
The two didn't really see eye to eye, you know. To tell you the truth,
Правде сказать, все
everyone
наши
thinks that he feared for his own job having someone like that around.
опасался.
The last thing Jack did was carve that corbel. It was the one thing the master let him do. Then when he was done, he was asked to leave.
Мастер сказал, что
Your master said
Ваш
he
мастер
had
сказал, что
no
он
discipline.
дисциплине.
Let me tell you something.
Я
Jack worked very
Jack
hard on
очень
it. He
сильно
was
работал.
impatient
Да,
and
он
had a temper, but
враги
you
у него
could
не
see that he
загр,
tried to
но было
overcome
видно,
it.
как он
Conquering that rock
для него
was
было очень
very
важно
important
одолеть
to
этот
him.
камень.
Oh,
О,
I understand
это я
that
хорошо
so well.
понимаю.
Do you happen to know where
Когда
he
он
went
двинулся
next?
He wanted to walk the
Он говорил,
pilgrim
что
trail
хочет
to
отправиться
Santiago de Compostela.
The Camino? The way of St.
Путь
James?
Святого Иоанна.
He said he might find someone there who knew his
Отыскать
father.
знакомых своего отца.
Just one more thing.
Последнее.
How was he when he
Он
left?
уходил отсюда. Сложно
I
сказать.
never thought about that. Relieved, I
Но
guess.
кажется, он испытывал
He seemed
облегчение.
ready for
Кажется, он
something new.
Thank you so much for your
Огромное
help.
спасибо за
Think
помощь.
nothing of it. And good luck on your travels.
Дальше в пути.
May you
Желаю вам
find what you are looking for.
где-то далеко.
Isn't it odd?
Правда странно, Раш.
Just when you stop
Стоило
looking,
забыть,
you come across the
тебе
most
встречаются
glorious of things.
любопытные предметы.
Like these 3 devices that
Взять
one of my merchants brought back from Baghdad.
Устройство, которое хихикает.
Oh no.
О нет,
Is it
неужели
another
это
one of your Banu Musa
сделал
toys, Rashid?
царя Шит?
They're not toys, Adriel.
Это не
They're
игрушки,
objects of
Адриэль, это
scholarly ingenuity and reflection.
гениальный разум, а свидетельство работы
I will let my
человека. Я
valued
позволю
friend from the north do the honors.
сказать об этом. Так, пока поздоровались. Джек, прошу.
For one,
Позвольте мне
let me
обратить
draw your attention to the
колебную
magnificent
птицу.
songbird on the table. And then to that wondrous donkey next to the entrance.
Чудесный ослик.
On second thought,
могу.
why don't you save the lady for last?
Последок.
Otherwise, the other two
Иначе по
devices
сравнению
might
с ней
be
другие
bland
были бы.
and boring in comparison.
I agree.
Согласен.
Although the most astounding thing of all stands right between them.
No, it's too heavy.
Шина слишком тяжелая.
That statuette. Ha, precisely. But one thing at a time,
Миска с водой.
let us let Jack decide what to demonstrate first.
И накормить птицу.
And now,
А что теперь?
now,
Теперь Джек
Jack will heat
подогреет
the
воду
water in the
в
tank.
буаре. Свечка.
He likes to take his
Рашид
time,
тут
doesn't he?
положил в собор.
It's so
Так
beautiful it
прекрасно,
will
что
make you cry.
положил
Just
сердце.
listen.
Только послушайте. Только послушайте. И изучите.
But how marvelous!
О, вот это действительно.
How does it work?
Как же устроена эта
Maybe
птичка?
it's a
Может быть, это
miracle.
чудо? Хихикает.
Right.
Точно.
Go on, Jack.
Ну, Джек, расскажи им. Объяснить.
There's a hidden wheel inside the box. It turns an axle that in return raises and drops a sequence of small cylinders inside. These cylinders work like fingers playing a flute. But who is blowing into the flute? Steam. Steam? Yes. When I opened the pipe, it gradually pushed itself into the tube. The power of steam.
For once, I must agree. This is brilliant. Of course! It was created by a Muslim after all. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. What else have you got, Rashid?
Anyone care for some tea?
Thank you, my daughter. We will have some as soon as Jack has finished our presentation.
Mind if I watch?
Of course not.
So, who is this man, Rashid?
Jack is a friend of the house. A brilliant man, a scholar and a talented artist. Just the other day, he explained Euclid to me.
What is that?
A Greek who wrote a book called The Elements of Geometry. The Egyptians translated it into Arabic, and now the Englishmen are turning it into Latin.
How very peculiar. I could watch this man scoop up water all day.
Так, надо что делать? Так, еще раз.
You showed it to us already.
Что показывали? Не получается так.
Rashid, when this is done, would you give me the statuette in exchange for my slingshot?
Only if you can tell me how she works.
It's a deal.
And you finish the performance for my friends.
Yes, go on, please.
Да нормально. Вот видюху купил. Старая, другая сгорела. А вот сейчас уже сказку читаем. Кентлджен, уже 3-я книга. 15 глава вышла. Вот. А так, есть новиночки там. Уже Assassin's Creed DLC. И Far Cry 5. Так, ну и а так. Остальное все добиваем. Да, нет. Да нет, просто видюка сгорела. Пришлось менять месяц. Что, пока поменяю. Ну что ж, в данный момент мы демонстрируем Джеком устройство, которое он изобрел. Так, ну что ж. Девочка, птица, что же мне делать-то? Что еще есть? Ослик как-то. Так.
Now, watch that.
Теперь следите за головой.
Just any moment now. There.
Да.
Did you see?
Компы сейчас дорогие, сейчас доллар растет.
Rashid,
отвратительно.
Oh, far from
напротив
it.
же.
Would you kindly explain how it works, Jack?
Объяснить.
You see that bowl floating on top of the
Видите
water?
сосуд, плавающий на
At the
поверхности
bottom of
воды.
that bowl is a
В сосуде
small
есть
hole.
маленькая дырочка.
Through it, the bowl is slowly filled with liquid.
С жидкостью.
Once it's full, it sinks, pulling a string which makes the ball drop onto a weight. This, in return, pulls the bowl up again, emptying it in the process.
В процессе.
Thus resetting the entire mechanism.
If you timed it perfectly, you could make it drop a ball at every hour.
Turning it into a clock. How clever.
Часами, как умно придумано. По мне, так это все лишь плющий осел.
Show us more,
Похоже,
Rashid.
что еще ты
One could join those two and build a singing donkey clock.
сделать
One song after every hour.
раз в час. Да, это.
Wouldn't that be annoying?
Тебе не кажется, часы
Actually, I think it
по-моему,
would be
они были
charming.
бы прелестны.
You could be the one to
Ты бы мог
build
сделать
it.
такие часы.
Oh, that would be
Это
unfair.
было
It's
бы
your
нечестно. В
invention.
конце концов, ты их
I'd let
придумал.
you have it.
Готова подарить тебе
Or
свою
we
идею,
design
если
it together.
вместе. Кашляет.
You still haven't shown us
До
that
сих пор
statuette yet.
эту статую в
Of
работе.
course. Jack,
Джек,
you
мы ждем
may.
тебя. Статую. А? Ну что ж. Какую статую-то еще осталось что-то? Небольшой столик, так. Еще одно устройство. Проблема.
Don't let me distract you, Jack.
А дело Джек. Ну ладно. Говорить с ним не будем. Устройство. Пока ничего не вижу. Где еще третье устройство? А, тихо, тихо, тихо. Так, давайте посмотрим. Так. Свод. Ну-ка, пробовать.
This isn't part of the
Я
presentation.
уходил в мою платформу. Так, понятно. Что еще есть? Попробуем, нет?
They won't be impressed with this.
Впечатлит. Понятно. Зрители это не впечатлит. Что же делать-то надо? Еще третье устройство где-то надо найти.
oh, you will
А
love
вот это,
this.
смотрите же,
Watch.
надо положить в одно место прохладное. Пойдем в прохладное место.
And
А что
now,
теперь?
Just be patient,
Но терпения
but
не
don't
отводите взгляд.
look away. It takes some
Нужно
time
немного
for
времени,
her
чтобы она...
to do
Чтобы она
what?
что? А?
is it
Она что,
crying?
плачет?
Isn't that amazing?
Правда невероятно.
No, it's
Нет, это
irritating.
пугает.
Rashid, what is
Рашид, да
going
что
on?
здесь происходит?
have no idea how it works.
Rashid, please.
We
all know there's no such thing as a man-made miracle. And this piece of wood is very clearly made by man.
I very much agree, my friends.
Я полностью согласен с вами,
so
друзья.
far,
покуда
none of us has an explanation.
Объяснение происходящему.
All we know for certain is that her glassy eyes shed tears when you move her from warmth into cold.
Ранит слезы, когда
Like a plant at sunrise.
растение на рассвете.
Like dew.
Это напоминает росу.
The only difference is the surface. That's all.
Вот и все.
I think you may be onto something.
Верном пути.
Am I?
Серьезно?
Of course, I had no intention of disturbing your conversation. But if you can find out why there's dew gathering on a plant, you may understand why that woman is so weepy. So, who wants a cup of tea?
I'll have some.
Я не откажусь.
Your daughter is quite something, Rashid. A scholar in her own right.
I know. I'd rather she wasn't. It would make marrying her off so much easier.
Oh, I'm certain that won't stay a problem for long.
Maybe the dew originates from invisible water in the air. Water that stays hidden when it's hot.
Если вода горячая, а пары не заметишь. На пути святого Якова. Через 3 месяца.
The pilgrim trails across France converged at Osterbat in the foothills of the Pyrenees. There, the group of 20 or so pilgrims who had been travelling alongside me since I'd left Tours swelled to about 70. Some were prosperous citizens, some probably on the run from justice, a few drunks, and several monks and clergymen. Several languages were spoken, including Flemish, a German tongue, and a southern French language called Oc. Nevertheless, there was no lack of communication among them, and as we crossed the Pyrenees, they sang, played games, told stories, and in several cases had love affairs. While my baby and I kept mostly to ourselves.
Ganz schön frech, die mit ihrem Kind.
Hush now.
Малыш. Так.
Richtig dreist.
Пускай напевает. Удачи, удачи. Режиссер, удачи.
Kann ein Mann nicht einfach mal seine Ruhe haben? Der Weg aus Badenberg war doch anstrengend genug. Ein Kind hat ja auch gar nichts verloren. Stimmt doch, oder?
Jetzt ist aber gut.
Так, там отправимся. Ну, пойдем погуляем.
I should try to keep him calm.
Успокоить. Так, успокоить, да?
Maybe he'll fall asleep soon.
Так, устанет. Что вообще есть? Нам сюда. Берег реки. В эту сторону пошли. Длинная глава-то. Так, ну что ж, идемте.
Dear Lord, what are you doing? You should get out of the water. It's freezing.
My ring. I lost my ring. Dear Lord, please show mercy.
Схлипывает. Понятно.
The cold will kill you.
На смерть.
I can't leave without my ring.
Куда не пойду.
She's not listening.
Она меня не послушает.
She's not listening. She's not listening.
Come back to me. Please come back to me.
Вернитесь ко мне. Искать кольцо.
Where are you? Where did you go?
Делась. Да здесь есть, здесь. Так, нету вечерей, так как вы искать ночью будете. Смотрим. Нету. В кустиках. В цветочках. Нету. А вот и кольцо. Светится ночью, светится подсказочка. Ладно. Давайте дадим.
Come back to me. Please come back to me.
I found
Я
it.
его нашла.
Yes.
О, спасибо,
thank you. Thank you so much. You are a very kind woman. So very, very kind.
I'm glad I could help.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Так.
I can see this ring is very precious to you.
It was a gift from my stepmother. She thought I would stay forever, but I didn't.
Я и не подумала.
Why did you leave?
Oh, I thought I didn't belong. She always said I was her daughter, but I was sure she was lying. I was so selfish and so stupid. Too stupid to see I really was happy.
Tell me about your stepmother.
She was such a kind woman, so very, very kind.
Maybe you really weren't happy.
I don't know. I was very young and thought I was unhappy because I didn't live close to the sea. But in the end, the sea did not feel the same about me. The cold there made me sick. It took away my sight.
Why didn't you go back?
She had been so angry when I left. So angry and disappointed. She would have never let me return.
Ah, that's why you went on the pilgrimage.
Yes, so that St. James might see my devotion, and I will be united with my mother in heaven. I'm just not as kind as you. Not kind at all.
You're too hard on yourself.
I don't know.
I too am trying to make amends with the one man I love the most. I was told he went straight to Santiago.
You will know soon.
Not soon enough. It's still 4 weeks till I get there.
He'll be there, I'm sure of it.
I hope so. I just feel that with every day that passes, I'm losing him a bit more. And that the only thing I can allow myself still to hope for is not love, but forgiveness.
I understand.
Hey, hush now. Not long now and our journey will be over.
Изучить документы. Отправляемся.
The woman's name was Alba. She came from a small town somewhere in Catalonia. I quickly got used to her constantly feeling out for her stepmother's ring and the sad guilt that would always follow in her milky eyes.
Что она постоянно ощущает кольцо мочи на пальце, а также к виновному лица. Я молча белых глаз.
I wasn't sure if she appreciated my company, but I couldn't leave her on her own either. By the time we reached Los Arcos, she'd stopped talking, while I kept on dropping a kind word here and there to let her know I was still by her side.
Словом, чтобы напомнить ей, что я все еще рядом. Так.
Alba believed herself to be of weak mind and body, and yet she walked the Camino with a strong sense of purpose that willed her onward. It made me wonder about what I told her about my own journey. Did I hope for love, or was I really traveling because I needed him to forgive me? But what was there to forgive? My decision to marry Alfred had been in the best interest of the people of Shiring. It was a sacrifice I had to make to stop the evil reign of William Hamley. These questions had haunted me for a long time now. But if I really was going to see Jack soon, it was time to make up my mind. Around Lyon, the path began to gradually turn uphill. It was only 2 more weeks till we'd reach Santiago. The baby was in a good mood, and so, surprisingly, was Alba. After Astorga, the trail got more difficult. Alba became slower and slower, and we had to rest more. She became quiet again. The strain on her old body grew, and she worried that she might not be able to reach the end. Still, we managed to push onward. The next morning, she refused to get up. Her breathing was disturbingly shallow, and she hardly noticed me touching her forehead. Everything hurts, she said, and urged me to continue without her. Of course, I stayed with her. I brought her food and water and sat by her side. But day after day, her condition grew worse. She kept on urging me to go, to find Jack, saying the monks of Ponferrada would take care of her. I'd hardly known her, and most of the time she'd tried to push me away, as if she considered herself a nuisance that slowed me down and who didn't deserve company. It wasn't until a few moments before she died that, for the first time, she smiled at me. And I like to believe that she saw me smile. I still like to believe that here, in this unlikely place, dying next to a near stranger, she'd found a moment of serenity and happiness, but she'd not reached Santiago. When I left, that thought still haunted me. To see that a journey could come to an end so suddenly. But what would be different if she had reached Santiago? Could she have been disappointed by what she found?
Посмотрим. Идем дальше. Место. Спустя месяц путешествия.
After months of hard travel, the child and I finally reached Santiago de Compostela. In the evening, we attended Mass in the great cathedral, then started to roam the town looking for my dear Jack. It was almost dawn when finally a priest pointed me to an inn close by. Buenos dias. Do you understand me?
Sinto ben, pero non temos camas dispoñibles.
No, I don't need a room. I was told a friend of mine stayed here some time ago. A red-haired Englishman called Jack. Do you remember him?
Eu só che falo en galego, miña rula.
Francais? English?
Английский.
I'm looking for a man who likes to read a lot.
El logo anda sempre cun libro en riba.
Have you seen anyone like that?
Pero, por que levas un libro en riba? Basta escangallar co peso.
She doesn't even understand that I'm looking for a person yet. She doesn't even understand that I'm looking for a person yet.
Ладно. Так, куда дальше? Костер. Погреемся. Правильно. Ладно, вышли, ребенок. Так, трактир не попадем. Что делать? Опять руки греть. А у тебя ничего не спросить? Так. Фиг, да?
Oh, que cousiña! Eche rubio!
See, redhead.
Он рыжий. Давай сначала.
Have you seen his father, Padre del Niño? Jack Jackson?
Jack Jackson.
Ven sendo un peregrino?
What?
Что?
É un peregrino?
Oh, no.
Нет.
No, he's not a
Он не
pilgrim.
паломник.
Entón, quen ven sendo?
He's a mason.
Каменщик.
Ai, mal rayo, me partas entendo o que me estás a contar.
He's just a simple traveler like anyone else.
Другие.
I bet that doesn't help
Боюсь, это
much.
не поможет.
He's a jongleur, a
Сказочник.
storyteller.
Ai,
Какой-то.
na miña hospedaría
Не понимаю.
non vai quedar jonglar algún. Xa temos jonglares dabondo por aquí. Téñenme ata o curuto.
You don't seem to like
Кажется,
jongleurs,
барды.
do you?
А?
Oh, Is there someone inside who might be able to translate for us?
Nena, que temer que te entenda.
A translator? A guest?
Agora mesmo estanche todos a dormir. Case che diría que volvas mañá pola mañá.
Let me show you something. She's seen enough of him.
Так.
I was told he used to stay here.
¿Dis que o rubio está aquí?
Так.
Ah, esa sei a quen andas a buscar. Xurxo!
Que foi?
O raparigo este é che fillo teu?
Pois, non che sei. Case que non,
No, he's not the man I'm looking for.
Semella que desta aínda zafas.
Что дальше?
Oh, can you help us translate?
O inglés non cho falo, desculpa.
Женщин нельзя, да? Так, песик. Кто ж не поможет? Кушай.
He likes to craft things, like jars or strange machinery.
Машины или устройства.
Ai, que diantres andará a dicir a muller esa?
Вора.
He's a mason. He builds things like that.
Ah, eche masón. Albanel.
Sí, a mason. It's the same word in Galician.
Por aquí pasan unha morea de masóns. Non me poderías dicir algo máis sobre el?
Oín falar dun masón que dis que se dedica a traducir libros en Toledo.
Polo visto, di que se chama Jack.
Yes, Jack. Have you seen him?
Non sei cal será o seu apelido, pero ben é certo que non chai moitos masóns rubios aos que lles guste ler. Se tan desesperada está, por que non vai a Toledo a comprobalo por si mesma?
Entón, marchou para Toledo.
Are you certain you've seen my Jack?
Di que o teu Jack podería estar en Toledo.
All right, so I will go to Toledo then. Gracias. I just pray that I understood you correctly.
Опять куда-то надо передвигаться. Ладно. Обратно. Примерно через месяц после Компостелы. Толедо.
Buenos dias. Parlez-vous français? English?
Of course. How may I help you?
I was told a man named Jack Jackson lives in this house.
Who told you this?
A group of scholars living at the edge of town. They said he used to translate old scriptures about mathematics before he moved here.
Please wait here. I will talk with Master Rashid.
Ну да, здесь. Дом. Колонна. Ящерица. Внутрь. Где внутри так? Плачь.
It's his.
Его праща. Джек был здесь. Для достижения. Чего уходим? Молодая женщина появилась.
Oh, there you are.
А вот и вы.
May I ask who let you stroll around our house?
Наш дом.
I travelled hundreds of miles looking for a man called Jack Jackson. A scholar told me that I would find him here. Yes, my servant told me already. My father's not here at the moment, so you'll have to make do with me. Unfortunately, I must disappoint you. There's no one called Jack living in this house.
Jack.
Maybe he took a different name then. I'm sorry, but this is not easy for any of us. I think you should know that Jack and I are promised to each other. Maybe we should go inside. The sun's burning, and my mother doesn't need to hear us. Jack told me about you. You are Aliena. You're the one who rejected him and married his stepbrother. And now you want him back. I need my son to meet his father. His father? The little one is Jack's son.
Jack?
He is.
Да.
He always said that he had come here to find out about his family. But instead, he found out about everything else. About philosophy, mathematics. When he and my father met, it was love at first sight. They studied together and made great plans. But in the end, Jack would always start talking about his cathedral again. This great church he would build one day. Rib vaults and pointed windows. He'd ramble on about it for hours and stare up at that ceiling. We three sat here for hours and talked. And then in the evenings it would be just the two of us. So many strange ideas about the future. Some barely more than silly dreams. Others almost in arm's reach.
Так, прыгнул что-то.
Well, where is he now? Well, he's not here anymore. My father had offered him work as a master builder here in Toledo. He would have been well off
Он мог
and
хорошо
free to spend his
устроиться.
evenings under vaults like this,
Я была бы его
with
женой.
me as his wife. But in the end he
Но в конечном
refused.
итоге он отказался.
Tell me, did
Скажи,
you really marry his stepbrother?
замуж за его брата.
It was the hardest
Это было
decision
самое
I
трудное решение
ever
в моей
made.
жизни.
But it also felt like a sacrifice I
казалось,
had
что
to
это
make
жертва,
to
которую
fulfill a
я
promise
должна-
I made to my father.
Обещание данное.
It was all for nothing.
Всё впустую.
I thought I had no choice. I didn't
Выбора.
want
Я
to
не
hurt
хотела
him.
причинять ему боль.
Believe me,
Поверьте мне,
I do.
я верю.
You know,
Знаете,
he left me
а ведь
because
он
of you.
здесь меня из-за вас.
Even after all you did to
Несмотря на всю
him,
боль,
he couldn't let go.
он не смог вас забыть.
You can be glad that you ran into me and not my
Повезло,
mother.
что вы встретились со мной,
She was
а не с моей
enraged when he
матерью. Она
left.
была в ярости, когда нас покинули. Порой
He can have that effect on people.
такие чувства.
But apart from that,
А вот
we
вы с
made
ним
our
вполне
peace with him.
примирились.
Father even gave
Отец
him one of
даже
his
подарил
favorite
ему
pieces of his collection as a parting
ценных
gift.
вещей из своей коллекции.
A small wooden statue
деревянную
with stone
статую.
eyes in exchange for his
В обмен на его
slingshot.
пращу.
Would you mind telling me where he
Кстати,
went?
куда он отправился?
He went to
В
Paris
Париж.
to work on the cathedral of
Работать на
Saint-Denis.
Сен-Дени.
He said he never
сказал,
found
что
out
так
about his father, so there was
всё
no
отца.
reason
Так
to
что
stay down here anymore.
Здесь я видел
Paris?
Париж.
Yes.
Да.
If you find him there, tell
Если
him I
вы найдете
don't
его
miss him.
там, передайте ему. Не скучаю.
Thank you,
Спасибо.
and all the best to your family. Thank you. What is the child's name, by the
Как
way?
зовут малыша?
He has none yet.
Не давай ему
I wouldn't name him without Jack.
без Джека.
Isn't that a bit
Но мне
silly?
кажется, что это глупо. Может быть,
Maybe. But he's his son as well as mine.
но и его.
It's his right to have a say in it too.
Про тебя.
Then off to Paris.
Тогда
That
скорее
baby needs a name.
малышу нужно
He
имя.
will get one.
Получится,
Thank
благодарю
you.
вас. В Париж. Мадрид. Тоже Испания.
I travelled back along the way of St. James, passing through Astorga, Lyon and Burgos. I crossed the Pyrenees, revisiting Bordeaux, Angoulême, Poitiers, but never stayed longer than one night. The closer I came to Paris, the stronger my old doubts and fears resurfaced. If Jack really was there, what was I to say to him?
Сказать.
I'd pull him very, very close.
Так. Париж. 3 месяца спустя. Париж. Так. Базилик Сен-Дени. Так. Так. Проще все-таки. Я забыла, блин. Чек. Цветная колонна.
There.
Ну.
Are we awake then?
Мы уже проснулись.
You almost missed this.
Все самое интересное.
Look at these colorful windows. Look at the light.
Смеется. Еще раз смеется.
Ali.
Ali.
We came to see you, Jack.
We? Is he?
He is your son.
My son?
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Ali, where do we go from here?
Wherever we go, I want to go with you.
Will you marry me? Both of you.
We will. We stayed in Paris as husband and wife. And our son, Tommy. The days went by quickly. Jack had learned much working as a builder in Saint-Denis. Days became months. Then after a year, we both grew restless. Where can we go from here? We asked ourselves again. We both confessed that we wanted to see our families, our friends. And then we knew where we wanted to go. Home. Even if it was in shambles.
We need to hurry. The ship to England will leave soon.
What's going on here?
Whatever it is, if the crowd doesn't clear up, we'll miss our ship. Do you know what's going on?
Oh, chaos. I can't get these people to calm down. God knows I tried.
What happened?
The jongleur told the crowd a few stories. Then he sold people some miracle charms, but it was just fairy tales and painted stones.
Well, it always is.
I know, but I'd need a real miracle to calm them down now. Otherwise, they'll rip him apart.
No, that would only get me in trouble. Excuse me?
What's going on here?
He's a thief. He told us lies and stole our money.
But isn't that just a simple jongleur?
That poor man. We need to help him. Oh, he doesn't like it.
Neither do I.
We can't possibly push through. Not with the baby.
This isn't the right place. Could make the horse get their attention.
Or ride it through the crowd.
That sounds a bit dangerous, doesn't it?
You think?
Behold the Holy Virgin!
If it takes a miracle to make these fools stop, then give them one.
You're right. I have to make her weep. It's the only way. She doesn't do anything yet, but if I stood with her where it's colder...
Oh, what a remarkably foreign-looking likeness of the Holy Virgin.
Do you think this might calm them down?
I've already tried appealing to their faith. It would require a direct word from God to calm them down.
Так.
No, it's not impressed.
Так лучше не проймешь. Проще.
Better not.
Ладно.
Only when she calls down again will she show what she can do.
Теплое место, теплое место.
It's working.
Вот видишь, работает.
Your friend Rashid must be quite the miracle worker.
Кудесник. Так. Смотрите.
What's going on? The Holy Mother. She's crying.
Смотрите.
Revere the Holy Mother, for she has blessed us with a sign from the heavens. Cease your doings right now and witness the miracle. It's true.
Правда.
Lord in heaven. Why is she crying?
Почему она плачет?
She weeps for your sins. What has this man done to you that you would treat him like a wild animal? He tricked us and took our coin, and you would kill him for your own foolishness. The Holy Virgin weeps, for you are not living by the word of God.
It is the Mother of God.
Forgive us, Holy Mother. Where did she come from?
Здесь.
For hundreds of years, she languished in the land of the Saracens. Dormant, she has been waiting for the one to bring her home.
Listen to what he has to say. The Holy Virgin has chosen this young family to protect her. Tell us all where you are headed.
Her destination is beyond these waters, in the small town of Kingsbridge, in the earldom of Shiring. There she wants to rest.
Kingsbridge. Cambridge.
Where's that?
Hail Mary!
Make way for the Holy Virgin!
Hallelujah!
Make Robert well! Huh? Blessed Mary, let my daughter conceive!
Give us a good harvest!
They're donating to ask for her blessing.
Oh. The weeping Madonna shall hear your prayer. And with your donations, I shall build her a new shrine at Kingsbridge, a cathedral.
It's you.
Who do you mean?
You. The red-haired ghost.
Me? A ghost?
Да, призрак.
My husband is very much alive. I've known him since he was 12 years old.
But he drowned. By God, you drowned. 24 years ago. On the white ship. My poor son. My Jacques.
His name was Jacques.
Jacques Cherbourg.
Jacques.
Шербур. Бабушку. Вот это да. Вот такие вот повороты сюжета. Ну что ж, давайте почитаем, что мы сделали. Что ж, почитаем. Вас теперь ждать на корабле с Нормандию. Вы послушали советы каменщика и направились сначала в лес. День серьезно заболели, но сумели выжить. Вы помогли святого Иоакова. Вы приникли к Шидов. Вы украли пращу Шида. Вы нашли Джека в Париже. Вернуться в Кембридж. Вы спасли Барда от разъяренной толпы. Вы встретили бабушку Джека и наконец узнали отца. Все. Там глава 15 закончена. Глава 16 завтра. Все за просмотр.